Right, so here we go. Right, so it's been about 30 years since I've done any fish keeping. Used to keep a lot of fish before then, but due to work I had to stop. So I've decided I'm going to start again. So this is just a little video to show you how I'd set up a 10-gallon tank. Hopefully it all goes well. It's my first tank in a long time. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So make a brew, make a start. Okay, so here we go, brew in hand. What I've got here is just it's a mixture of aquasoil and gravel and sand. I'm just going to use it to build up a bit of height at the back of the tank. I'm doing this instead of just aquasoil, basically to save money. Rather than having all aquasoil, put some gravel in it, it's a cheap alternative. Yeah, so it's just going all across the back to build it up. And there'll be a layer of aquasoil going over the top. So I've been thinking about what to say in these videos for a little while. And one of my ideas was, yeah, maybe give a few hints and tips of stuff that I've picked up over the years, for people that are just starting out. So, I mean, one of the first things you've got to look at is where the tank's going to go, what size you're going to need. So you need it somewhere close to a power point. Ideally out of direct sunlight, but somewhere where it's you know, you can see it. Obviously you're going to want to see your fish tank. So at the moment I've got nowhere like that in my house, typically. So I've just bought it in here. It's a little work surface I've got in one of the back rooms. But yeah, that's my first tip anyway. Anyway, that's all the backing done. And now, where have I put it? I'm going to cap it off with some of this. It's just a base soil. The same stuff that I used in there, but it won't have any gravel in it. Didn't cost much. I think it was something like a tenner for this bag. And that just goes over the top. Doesn't need much, just a coating. Get rid of that. Yeah, smooth it out. And that is going to form the nutrient level for all the plants that are going in there. Now the reason why you bank it up at the back is to help with perspective, because it makes the tank look deeper. And what I'm going to do in here, I'm going to make it hopefully look a little bit like a riverbank, as it, you know, like the edge of a river. So that'll help with that as well. So now that's done, I'm going to have to find my sand. 1 second. Sand. Basic aquarium sand. Then again, I think this cost me around about £10. Not terribly expensive. But now I'm going to have to hunt for some scissors. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, scissors acquired. What I've also bought in, it's just a little spray bottle. And I'm doing it. Just going to use it to damp everything down. Hopefully it'll help it stick together and stop it from moving around as much when I put the sand in. I hope. So open that up. Try and get it at the front first to stop it from moving everything else. And it doesn't need a great deal of this, it's just a decorative layer more than anything. Make the tank look pretty. A little bit more at the front, get a bit of depth at least. Maybe a little bit more. Try not to drop the sand. So then again, damp it down a bit. Hopefully it'll hold it in place a little bit anyway. Yeah, and basically that's your base layer. Very simple, very easy. And now you're ready to put whatever you want in there in the way of rock and wood. Like I say, I'm going to make this a very, very simple scape. I've got perhaps half a dozen stones, a couple of little pieces of wood. It's called spider wood. There's my phone disturbing me. Yeah. Bought this one off the internet for about £2 just to see what I would get. And this one my daughter got for me. She actually found somebody who was giving away a tank, and this was with it. So I'm going to use that. So the look I'm going for is, instead of it being like branches up, it's more roots down. So yeah, we'll see if we can get that to work. I thought maybe up in this corner. Oh, it's looking pretty good. And then this one maybe coming forward a little bit. No, not that. Don't like that. Maybe like that. Yeah. I say I don't know if you can see it in there. I'll have to find something to clear the tank. Just give me a second and I'll come back with it. Right, so I've given the glass a bit of a clean just so you can see what's going on. Yeah, so from the front, just to give you some idea, there is going to be some stones and some plants going in there, but that's the sort of thing I was looking for, and with the fish that are going in, which I'll talk about at a later date. I want places for them to hide, and you'll see why later. But yeah, now to get some stones to hold it all down. Okay, we're back in a minute. Okay, well, these are most of the stones that I got in here. Nice roundish river stones. There is a couple more, but at the moment they're in some water and they've got some plants glued to them. Yes, you can glue plants to stones and sticks. Called epiphytes. They don't really like being buried in the substrate. And again, we'll go into that again later. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to place these in the tank, in and around the wood, various little places, partly to hold the wood down, and just to make it look pretty. So yeah, here we go. A nice big one. That'll go there. I mean, you don't have to be too fancy with this. Some people can take hours deciding on how they're going to put these stones, which is, yeah, okay. Me, I just want to make this quick, simple instructional video rather than fancy, but yeah, if I can make it look nice as well, that's par for the course. Maybe one down here, like I say, it's meant to be representing a river, so things are quite random. Trying to leave the back empty because there's some quite big plants going in here, big for this tank anyway. And like I say, I've got a couple of other stones to go in with plants stuck to them, so I'm going to need a bit of space for them as well. I might just leave it at that for now. Like I say, one of the other stones is quite large, so yeah, we'll go with that for now. When these other stones go in, it's going to be just before the water goes in. But yeah, quite happy with that. Looking good. Like I say, bring you around, have a look. And now what we're going to do is just put some water in. Maybe bring it up to inch and a half, 2 inches. And then I've got some carpeting plants to put in at the front. So that will be next. Okay. Back in a minute. Okay, so we're back again. I've put some water in the tank. Before we start putting the plants in, I am going to hang a light. Got a little row of hooks there. Oh, and this is the light that I'm going to use. It's what they call an RBG light, which means there's RBG, red, blue, green, something like that. It just shows the different colours of the LEDs. Meant to be good to help the plants grow. We will see. So I'm going to hang that up now and then discuss the first plant that I'm going to be putting in. 1 second. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Right. This is where I confess that I've actually made a little bit of a mistake in my choice of plants. What I thought was just a dwarf variety of Monte Carlo is actually one called dwarf baby tears. And unlike Monte Carlo, which is terribly easy to grow, this one is the bane of all aquarists. Aquariumists? People with aquariums. It's supposedly very difficult to grow, but I've got it. I'm going to put it in, I'm going to see what happens. You never know, I might be lucky. I'm not going to put it right at the foreground because I want to keep that clear, so probably going to place it around some of the rocks, maybe a little bit under the wood if I can get in there, and we'll just see if it works or not. It's very simple to do. Pair of tweezers. These aren't the proper tweezers, it's just a pair that I had in hand from yeah, basically you just grab a piece, put it into the substrate, and it just holds it in place. So yeah, just do that with it all, and hopefully it won't die on me. I mean, if it does, I'll just get a different one, like I say, Monte Carlo. Very similar leaf shape, but bigger leaves. I say this was just my mistake. There's nothing I can say. I've got away with it. But yeah, one of the reasons why I didn't actually put any aqua soil at the front is because I knew I wasn't going to be putting plants there. So my idea was to have an area around this little group of stones over here, dot it around, maybe a couple of pieces under the wood, just to make a little bit of a carpet. Apparently this plant needs a lot of light, a lot of goodness in the substrate. If I'd known, I'd have bought some tabs, it's like a little tablet that you can put in the soil. It's like a fertiliser. I'm having an OAP mount, I can't remember what they're called. It'll come to me eventually. And they dissolve in the soil because of the water and add nutrients to the base. Nutritabs, that's what they're called. So yeah, I'm not expecting this to do well from all I've heard. It was completely the wrong plant to use, but we'll see. So what will be will be. I decided against putting any by the wood. I've just put it all around by the rocks. If it's under the wood, I think it's going to cut down too much of the light for it. It is quite a bright light, I might have to bring it forward a bit. But yeah. Anyway, the next one is the other rocks. I think I'll stick them in. Now these have got plants on them already. It's like a little dwarf version of a plant called Bucephalandra. So that can go up there. I mean, these can go anywhere in the tank. They can live in any kind of light level. They don't mind if there's not much light, but they're not bothered if there's a lot. So they're quite a useful plant for an aquarium like this, which is quite small. Oh no, up there. And then I've got a couple more, which I am going to put in the wood. You can just wedge it in between the pieces of wood to hold it in place. It doesn't need to be stuck down. So this is one. Down in there, wedged in, and I've got a smaller one, which I think I'll just try and sneak into that crack in the timber there. The spider wood. Hopefully that'll stay there. Just a quick update before we start. Like I say, I've been ill for the past week or so. I've lost my voice. I haven't been able to do any recording. So I've come back to the tank today and realised that I've made a bit of a mess of it. Some of the plants that I've put in, I haven't taken into account the fact that there's a heater and a filter going in there, so I'm going to have to remove them and replant it. And to be honest, the plants aren't looking that good. I say the epiphytes haven't really been getting any food because there's no fish in there. So I'm going to have to get this sorted as quick as I can. Get the heater in, get the filter in, get the plants in, and get it ready for some fish. Just so there's some food in there for the epiphyte plants. Epiphytes, in case you don't know, are actually stuck to the rocks and things, so you don't actually get any nutrients from the soil. It's just all absorbed through the water column. And if you've got no fish, there's not really anything putting nutrients in there. So yeah, first things first, take out the plants that I've planted where I shouldn't have planted them, and get the heater and the filter in place, and then I can start getting the rest of the plants in. So we'll make a start on that and see how we go. Right, okay, so it's these ones at the back here that need to come out. So they've seen better days. I don't know how well they've rooted, let's find out. Yeah, there's a few roots coming off them, but like I say, they need to be moved so I can get the heater in there. So yeah. Right, so the heater I've bought is it's an Aqua one. It's a 55 watt. It should be plenty for this size tank. Only cost £18 from my local fish shop. So yeah, let's put it in. So I like this because it's got a meter. You can actually see what temperature it's set to. I've got it set at about 27 degrees, which should be okay for what I've got going in there. If not, I can always turn it up a little bit if I need to. So yeah, just get that in across the back. Just like that. And now for the filter. Okay, well the filter I'm using is it's a better mini internal filter. It's up through a 45 litre tank. Yeah, you can tell I've been ill. It comes with a spray bar, so I'm gonna fit that now. I've had the filter running in a little quarantine tank I've got with a few raspberries in it, which are going to end up in here. So yeah, we'll sort that out. I'll get it fitted and I'll get back to you when that's done. Yes, okay, well I've got the filter in place where I'd like it. It's in the corner with the spray bar on it. And now it's time to get the plants back where I want them. Like I said, I've got a few more plants to get in here, so I'll get them in and then I'll show you what I've done when I've finished. Okay. Okay, well that's nearly all the plants in. I have got some red root floaters turning up today, so they'll be going in later. And tomorrow I'll be going out to collect some fish. Because it's a new tank, I don't need to worry about quarantine for him, because this will literally be the quarantine tank for him. The only thing left to do is to turn the filter on and see how much these plants are going to get blasted. I'm not quite sure how strong this filter is going to be. Hopefully not too bad, but I'll switch it on now and see how we go. It's a little bit more powerful than I thought it was going to be. So what I might have to do is with these floating plants, I might have to put them in a ring of tubing just to stop them from getting blasted all over the place. Maybe stick them up in that corner where I can hold them into place. Obviously there's a lot of crud in the tank at the moment. I say a couple of fish that I'm going to get tomorrow are going to be out of sinkless, so they should help with any gunk that's on the plants. Maybe a few shrimp as well. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, for now that's all that's happening with the tank. Yeah, it's gone reasonably well. Obviously trouble with a couple of the plants, but it is what it is. You can't help being ill. I might have to replace them sometime in the future. We'll see how it goes. So I'll be back in a little while. It'll be tomorrow. Not for you. And we'll get some fish put in and see how it looks then. See you then. Alright, so back again. Just a quick update. There's a bit of cloudiness in the water, so I've been out today when I got the fish and I got some filter floss. I've wrapped it around the sponge on the filter to try and get rid of it. It's nothing detrimental. Might actually be some tannins coming out of the wood. We'll see how it goes. I'll do a quick water change, drop it down, pick it up, see if that helps to clear everything up. I've been out and bought some fishies. So what I'm going to do a quick water change, let the water get back up to temperature, and then start acclimatising the fish. So yeah, I'll do that and then I'll get back to you in a minute. Right, well, it's been about half an hour, 45 minutes now. I've been getting them used to the temperature, swapping a bit of water. So now it's time for the big release. So I'm going to adjust the camera so you can see better and watch as they go in. Okay. First things first. Okay, first things first, we have a little family of guppies. 1 male, 3 females, nothing fancy. But, one. And there we go. Yay. Right. Secondly, have some black mollies with a baby in there already, apparently. So, and there you go. Make sure the baby's in there. Yep. And next we have the fun and games, because these things never seem to want to come out of the bag. Have bristlenose plaque. I was going to go for otter sinkless, but they hadn't actually got any in the shop, so we've had to make do with this little fella. And is he going to go? Oh yes, there you go. I'm very happy with that. So yeah, they're the first fish in there. There'll probably be a few more going in there when the tank's weathered in a bit. But yeah, there you go. So I say we'll come back in a little while when they've settled, and we'll see how they're doing then. Well, it's been a couple of days since the last time I spoke to you. Tank's had a bit of time to settle in. Had a small issue with cloudiness, but as you'll see in a minute, stuck another filter in there, just some activated charcoal and some filter floss in. Got some, not that one. Yeah, some quick clear by Interpet, just to try and clump the bits together, help the filter get rid of them. It's pretty clear now, not crystal clear, but it's not looking too bad. I'll probably keep it in there for a few more days. But yeah, things are looking good. Like I say, it's my first tank for 30 years. I'm quite happy with how things have gone. Bit of a learning curve for me. As to the price, I mean, I got the tank for free. The heater, 15 quid. Filters, £15 each. The light, about £15. The aqua soil and the sand was between £10 to £15. I can't remember exactly. The plants, that was about another £30. The fish, another 25. So it's less than a couple of £100 for a little setup like this. If you had to buy the tank as well. But like I say, I've got another tank. It's double the size of this. It's about 25 gallons. Nice little bow-fronted tank that my daughter got for me. That's going to be my next project, hopefully. So what I'll do, I'll let you have a quick look at the tank. I'll probably do a follow-up video in a couple of weeks just so you can see how it's come in. Like I say, the plants are a little bit scruffy, which was my fault because I didn't have anything to feed the plants with and there was nothing in the tank. So yeah, there's a bit of die-off, a bit of melting on the plants. But they're coming back now okay, so what I'll do, I'll give you a quick look at the tank and then leave this video for now, and then probably do a follow-up video in a couple of weeks time just to show you how it's looking. So yeah, this is what it looks like now. Oh, on a closing note, the 4 guppies that I got before were all female. Now I didn't notice at the time because I laid up to the eyeballs, had a cold, so I went out and I bought a belly. Little male guppy. He's very happy now. His harem's a bit bigger than it was. So yeah, personal note, look what you buy. So yeah, I'll just give you a quick look at the tank so you can see how things are looking, and then we'll call it a day on this one. Thanks for watching along with me, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye bye.